What if the blueprint for eternity has been hidden in plain sight, encoded in numbers, carved in gemstones, and mapped in the arrangement of an ancient wilderness camp? For 3 volumes, we've traced the Segullah Architecture, God's statistical fingerprint on his treasured possession. Now, in Volume 4, the architecture reaches completion. The numbers sing, the patterns converge, and a single verse, spoken by a Roman governor 2,000 years ago, unlocks the final instruction. "144,000. This number appears twice in Revelation, as the sealed servants from 12 tribes, and as those standing with the Lamb on Mount Zion. But this isn't random counting, it's divine mathematics. 12 times 12 times 1,000. The first 12 represents tribal completeness, all of Israel. The second 12 represents apostolic completeness, the foundation of the church. And the 1,000? That's the military unit, the fighting force of a clan. The 144,000 are not a literal census. They are the complete fighting force of the complete covenant community. Israel and church unified in one numbered army. And the city itself? 12,000 stadia in length, breadth, and height. A perfect cube. The only other cubic space in Scripture? The Holy of Holies, where God's presence dwelt. The New Jerusalem is the Holy of Holies expanded to urban scale. The entire city is the presence chamber. Every street is sacred ground. Ezekiel saw them by the river Chebar. John saw them around the throne. 4 living creatures, lion, ox, man, eagle, surrounding the glory of God. But here's what most readers miss. These 4 faces correspond to the 4 lead tribes of Israel's wilderness camp. Judah camped at the east, under the standard of the lion. Reuben at the south, the face of a man. Ephraim at the west, the ox. Dan at the north, the eagle. The wilderness camp wasn't just military organization. It was throne room architecture in motion. Israel was carrying the divine throne through the desert. They were the living creature's earthly correspondents. Ezekiel called it the Merkabah, the chariot throne. And when the camp moved, following the pillar of cloud and fire, the throne moved with them. Mobile sacred space, portable paradise. The New Jerusalem preserves this same structure. 12 gates, 3 on each side. The camp has become the city. The mobile has become permanent. The throne has come to rest. Once a year, on the Day of Atonement, the high priest entered the Holy of Holies. On his chest, he wore the breastplate, 12 gemstones, each engraved with a tribal name. When Aaron approached God's presence, he carried all Israel on his heart. Literally. The people were represented in stone, borne by their mediator. But look at the New Jerusalem's foundations. Revelation lists 12 gemstones: jasper, sapphire, chalcedony, emerald. The same stones. But now they're not on a priest's chest. They're under the city's feet. The breastplate has become the foundation. The representation has become the reality. The carried have become the dwelling. And what made this transformation possible? The veil torn. Christ's death opened what was closed. The high priest's annual entry became every believer's permanent access. In the New Jerusalem, every inhabitant bears God's name on their forehead. Every resident sees his face. Every citizen serves as priest. The mediation is complete. The access is total. In the beginning, a garden, eastward in Eden, a river, a tree of life, God walking with his creation in the cool of the day. Then the fall, expulsion. Cherubim stationed at the east, guarding the way back to the tree. The garden lost, but the trajectory didn't end there. The wilderness camp preserved Eden's memory, cherubim woven into the curtains, the lampstand shaped like a tree, the presence dwelling at center, the entrance facing east. The camp was the bridge. Mobile sacred space between the garden that was lost and the city that was coming. And now, Revelation shows the destination. A river of life flowing from the throne. The tree of life restored, not guarded but accessible, producing 12 fruits, its leaves healing the nations. The cherubim who once blocked entry now attend gates that never close. The trajectory is complete. The garden has become a city. The lost has been more than recovered. It has been perfected. January 27th, 2026, a life force experiment draw. The question: give instruction for New Jerusalem revelation. 500 verses returned. And the lead verse? John chapter 19 verse 4. Pilate speaking to the crowd. Look, I bring him out to you, that you may know that I find no fault in him. Ecce Homo, behold the man. The Father chose this verse as the gateway to New Jerusalem instruction. Why? Because the revelation begins with beholding the faultless one. The New Jerusalem admits nothing defiled. How can any human qualify? By being united to the one in whom Pilate, unwittingly speaking prophetic truth, found no fault. The January 27th draw yielded 5 instructions. This is the instruction received. This is how the New Jerusalem is revealed. Not through achievement, but through beholding. Not through striving, but through resting. Not through self-protection, but through trust. 4 volumes. The statistical fingerprint, the expanded profile, the tribal architecture, and now the completion. The Segullah, God's treasured possession, now have their blueprint. They know who they are. They know what they're becoming. They know where they're heading. The New Jerusalem is not a destination you approach. It is a reality you inhabit through union with the one in whom no fault is found. The architecture is complete. The instruction is received. The invitation stands. The Segullah Architecture of the New Jerusalem, Volume 4. Available now from Hearts to Fathers Publishing.